Terrorists shocked the world. Humanity is the poorer for the loss of Count Bernadotte, whose work for peace in Palestine had won the admiration of all civilized peoples.
شتيرن كان يرأسها إسحاق شمير، أصبح رئيس وزراء، وإسحاق شمير ألف مذكراته ونشر في العبرية ونحن نشرناه في اللغة العربية. هو يتحدث عن جميع العمليات الإرهابية التي نفذها، وهو يفتخر بما قام به من عمليات.
Le comte Bernadotte avait envoyé à notre organisation son dernier rapport contenant des suggestions précises pour un règlement définitif du problème palestinien. Que ces suggestions comportent en première ligne, comme les recommandations de novembre 1947, l'établissement à Jérusalem d'un statut international.
The UN partition plan of 1947 had declared Jerusalem to be governed under a special international regime and administered by the United Nations. The city, holy to both Arabs and Jews, would belong exclusively to neither. Israeli forces annexed neighborhoods in what is now known as West Jerusalem. Israel continued its expansion. Air raids, incursions, and expulsions escalated. By December 1948, the number of Palestinian refugees soared to over 700,000. The United Nations General Assembly responded by adopting Resolution 194. This stated that refugees who want to return to their homes and live in peace with their neighbors should be given the right to do so as soon as possible.
Israel is a child of the United Nations, and it is determined to remain loyal to its parent body. It's going to base its whole policy upon loyalty to the United Nations, but it is up to the United Nations to be loyal to its child.
All the United Nations resolutions have been left in abeyance. They haven't been applied. And that, of course, is in good measure due to the United States.
In 1949, Israel seized more land allocated to the Arabs by the UN partition plan. By April 1949, the gravity of what Palestinians called the Nakba, or catastrophe, was becoming clear. More than 400 villages and 11 cities were destroyed. Over 700,000 Palestinians had become refugees from the land that would become the new state of Israel. Over 13,000 Palestinians had been killed, more than 30,000 injured. The UN pushed for armistice deals between Israel and the surrounding Arab countries. With Count Bernadotte's murder, the negotiations were now headed by his deputy, the American mediator Ralph Bunche. In February 1949, the first armistice agreement was signed between Israel and Egypt, followed by Lebanon in March, Jordan in April, and finally with Syria in July. The Jordanian deal conceded further land to Israel. It included villages in the Tulkarem and Jenin districts. The territory was officially handed over on May 10, 1949. The very next day, Israel was admitted as a member of the United Nations.
We believe that admitting Israel as a member will not merely be an act of justice. It will also be a decisive step towards peace, because it will remove any vestige of doubt from certain minds that Israel has come to stay.
Resolution 69 of the UN Security Council stated, "The Security Council decides in its judgment that Israel is a peace-loving state and is able and willing to carry out the obligations in the UN Charter." In protest, Arab delegates to the UN walked out of the General Assembly. The American diplomat Ralph Bunche, architect of the armistice agreements, was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize.
I had been awarded the Nobel Peace Prize for this year. I am, of course, extremely happy and highly honored. Whatever I was able to do in Palestine was a result of the fact that I was backed by the great international peace organization, the United Nations.
Israel's representative to the UN, Abba Eban, declared, "There is no need to pursue peace. The armistice is enough for us. Peace would lead the Arabs to ask for a price, border changes, or the return of refugees, or both."
I wrote a very long book called The Iron Wall, Israel and the Arab World. But it has a very simple idea, or a very simple theme that emerges, and that is that Israel, throughout its history, has been all too ready, extremely ready to resort to military force, and remarkably reluctant to engage in meaningful diplomacy with its Arab neighbors.
في نفس الأسبوع الذي وقع فيه بن غوريون اتفاقية الهدنة مع سوريا في 20/7/1949، في نفس هذا الأسبوع جمع 24 خبير في المساحة وفي التوراة وفي التاريخ وفي الجغرافيا، وقال لهم امسحوا كل آثار فلسطين وضعوا عليها أسماء عبرية، وانطلقوا في هذا الاتجاه، والخرائط الإسرائيلية لليوم تعكس هذا الكلام.
The sole remnants of Palestine were split into two separate parts. In April 1950, the eastern portion was annexed to Jordan and named the West Bank. The narrow coastal band in the south was put under Egyptian administration and named the Gaza Strip. The word Palestine was erased from history, politics, and economics.
إنه في ظرف سنة أصبحت فلسطين منزوعة من الذهن الغربي. لا يمكن أن يكون هذا نجاح للإعلام الصهيوني في ظرف سنة أن يمحو دولة عن الخارطة، يعني موجودة في الذهن، وأصبح عندما يسأل عن فلسطين أكن يسأل عن حاجة غيبية. هناك إرادة سياسية غربية منهجت عملية غسيل الدماغ للشعوب الأوروبية، وهناك دعم مادي غربي في هذا المجال، فتوافقت الحالتان، حالة في منهج صهيوني إعلامي ولكن أيضا في أرضية تقبل ساهم فيها السياسي الغربي في أن يقصر مسافة غياب فلسطين من الذاكرة الجماعية الغربية التي تعرفها، ووجود إسرائيل مباشرة في السنة التالية لإقام هذه الدولة.
If there is the case against Britain and against Ernest Bevin, it's not that they tried to prevent the birth of a Jewish state, but that they tried to prevent and succeeded in preventing the birth of an independent Palestinian state.
My passport was stamped Alcantara entering Palestine. Officially, I never left Palestine. I officially entered it, and officially I never entered Israel, but I left it and stamped in the passport.
هي لو الدول العربية ما تعمل حجز علينا بندخل احنا وبنعمل قلائل من قنية إسرائيل تتأمن. احنا فلسطيني ممنوع كان يصل صيدا، إذا يوصلوا بالسلطة يحطوه بالحبس. فهمتي؟ الدول العربية الله لا يوفقه عمل حاجز على إسرائيل داير من دار.
Though official and historical records have revealed much about the Palestinian Nakba, there are still many more documents that remain classified.
يقول بروفيسور إسرائيل شاحك أنه كل ما يتعلق بالنكبة الفلسطينية وكل ما يتعلق في موضوع التهجير القرى الفلسطينية في الداخل يعتبر من أشد أسرار الدولة صونا في الدولة الإسرائيلية.
حسب القانون الإسرائيلي إذا الوثائق بالأرشيف ممكن تدور المصلحة القومية الإسرائيلية ما بيتم فتح أبدا. يعني حتى عشان هيك إذا بتتعلق كتير مثلا من موضوع اللاجئين بالمفاوضات بدكش تفتح الملفات هدول. أنا طلبت عدة ملفات بالأرشيف، أرشيف دولة إسرائيل بالنسبة لأراضي لاجئين، مش بس الحرب نفسها، بس شو صار مع أراضي معينة في مناطق معينة بعد الحرب،